on our agenda today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the second virtual Gorontalo International Nursing Conference. My name is Nurayun Yusuf, and I'm super excited to have you here again. Excited about all the amazing discussion that we're gonna have today in this continuous second session discussing about the reflection on the COVID-19 pandemic. Basically, science forums such as our agenda today are so important. These agendas hold our interest as we will learn many things and informations from our speaker, especially if the presentation and discussion was effectively delivered and progressed. So we expect the participant to stay focused throughout the session. Now, I would like to inform you the regulation of the conference. First, the speakers will have 40 minutes for the presentation. Second, during the presentation, the participants are not allowed to interrupt. Third, we will open the Q&A sessions after the speakers deliver the topics, and the discussion times remain 20 minutes only. The presenter or the speaker will get the opportunity to answer 2 questions from the audience. The moderator, which is me, will read 1 question, and the other question will be directly asked by the participant. And please don't forget to mention your name and institution along with your question. And please remember that not all questions will be accommodated in the discussion process because we have a limited time. And please understand if your questions are not selected. Those are the rules in the continuous session of our discussion today. All right, now let us welcome our speaker, Mrs. Amel Dawat Kamel Gouda, Magister Nursing Science PhD. Allow me to read the curriculum vitae of Mrs. Amel Dawat. Mrs. Amel Dawat Kamel Gouda, Magister Nursing Science PhD, has graduated her PhD from Doctorate of Nursing, Faculty of Nursing, Cairo University, Egypt in 2017. Her present position as the Assistant Professor of Maternal and Newborn Health Nursing, College of Nursing, King Saud bin Abdul Aziz University, Arabia. Professional experience, lecturer of maternal and newborn health nursing, Faculty of Nursing, Cairo University, member in scientific committee of many international conferences worldwide, and editorial board of many international nursing journals, providing antenatal and postnatal educational classes to the woman in the outpatient of antenatal clinic and postnatal area, and nurses related to the joint committee with the Qas Al Aini Hospital. In academic position, Mrs. Amal as a lecturer of maternal and newborn health nursing, Faculty of Nursing, Cairo University, since 2017 till now, and appointed as General Coordinator for Students' Activities in Faculty of Nursing and Cairo University, 2017 till 2018. Member in Scientific Committee of Global Science and Technology Forum Conference in Singapore since 2017 till now. Midwifery license from Egyptian Ministry of Health in 2018. And also, Mrs. Amel Dawud has been attended many training courses and published a number of research focusing on state emergency, especially in women and maternity care. Some of her studies have been published in many reputable national and international journals. All right, let's get started the presentation with the topic emergency and future challenges for maternity care during COVID-19. Mrs. Amel Dawat Kamel Gouda, Magister Nursing Science, PhD. The time is yours.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning by Egyptian time and Saudi time. Thank you for introduction and thank you for your invitation. Thank you. Now in Egypt, 8 o'clock a.m.
Yes, the
Okay,
time right here is 1 past 50 p.m. ma'am.
okay. You can't share my presentation or share from.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you for
ma'am.
introduction. You share my presentation. Share, screen share.
Or, or yes, our committee will assist you to share screen your slide, ma'am.
Okay. Emergency and future challenge for maternity care during COVID-19 pandemic by Dr. Amal Dawood Gouda, Assistant Professor at King Saud ibn Abdulaziz University, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Now I am delegated at working in Saudi Arabia, but I am original working in Cairo University, Maternity Department, Nursing College. I will explain about COVID-19 statistic global situation, signs, symptoms, classification of disease severity, challenges that face healthcare provider during COVID, especially maternity nursing, Egypt response to COVID, CDC and WHO recommendation. Uh, COVID, it is a virus from coronavirus family, where most cases appeared in China city, Wuhan, at the end of December 2019 in form of acute pneumonia. Pandemic is having a massive and wide range impact on health and economy, leading to severe world recession. COVID virus is origin. The new coronavirus is believed to associated with animal is the most initial cases were associated with marine and animal market in Wuhan in China. Is now pandemic because disease has spread to USA and the worldwide spread is spread easily between people. It's global public health emergency and highly contagious pneumonia because severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus 2, SARS-CoV virus 2. Previous, everyone who exposed to virus that causes COVID-19 at risk being infected. Live in place where there is ongoing community spread, have close contact with people who have COVID-19, have traveled to place where community spread is happening, provide health care to patients who have COVID-19, spread by human to human transmission via a respiratory droplet, median incubation period from exposure to symptoms onset is between 4 to 5 days. One study reported that 97.5% of persons with COVID-19 who develop symptoms will die within about 11.5 days of SARS-CoV-2 infection. Older adult and pregnant women who is high risk, asthma, cancer. Everyone had chronic disease, kidney disease, undergoing dialysis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, type 1 or type 2 diabetes, heart condition, heart failure, coronary artery disease, cardiomyopathy, hypertension, or high blood pressure. Classification. In USA, National of Health or category disease severity in non-pregnant person as pregnant person, symptomatic or pre-symptomatic infection, positive test of SARS-CoV, but no symptoms. Next. Mild, severe, critical. Mild, no or mild symptoms as severe fatigue, cough, loss of common feature of COVID, tachypnea, respiratory rate more than 60 breaths per minute, hypoxia, oxygen saturation less than 93%, critical with respiratory failure, shock, multi-organ dysfunction. Most symptoms and the patient complain fever, cough, dyspnea, smell abnormalities, chills, malaise, nausea, diarrhea, fatigue, confusion, chest pain, or pressure. Global situation, prevalence of COVID worldwide, confirmed cases globally until 25 March 2021. From today, you have been about one uh, uh, one, one, 125 million and half confirmed cases of COVID worldwide. This about 2,073,37,000 deaths reported by WHO until 23 March 2021. Total population taking vaccine about 400 million 31.895,000 vaccine has been administered worldwide. In USA, about confirmed cases until 25 March 2021, about 30 million confirmed cases. Total deaths about 5,039,000 deaths reported by USA. Total vaccine about 1 million 18 dose has been administered to vaccine. In China, the first country appear of this disease, in 25 March 21, about 1 million, 102 million point 60 12,000 confirmed cases of COVID, about 4 4,080 days. Total vaccine about 82 million have thus been administered vaccine. India, about 11 million confirmed cases. Vaccine, total deaths about 160,000 total deaths. Vaccine about 50 million vaccine that have been administered. Italy is one of the most country suffered from a majority of deaths in Italy, about 1 million 6 total deaths. Total confirmed about 3 million cases. Total vaccine about 7 million point 735,000. France about 4 million point 3,000 confirmed cases. Total deaths about 92,000 total deaths. Total vaccine administered about 8 million. Next. Indonesia from January 22 to 25 March 2021, about 1 million and a half confirmed cases. This about 39,000 deaths. Yeah, low death rate than other. Total vaccine about 8 million and a half vaccine does have been administered. Confirmed cases reported globally. Case fatality rate about 3.7 WHO announced on 12 March 22. Fertility rate about 3.7. In Egypt, total cases about 2,000 confirmed cases approximately, but not all people do the swab for detection of COVID. Mainly of many of cases take medication without swab and depend on sign and symptoms and blood test or chest X-ray because the swab very expensive and not allowed free for all people. Total deaths about 11.7 11,000 deaths. Total vaccine about only 1,000 315. In Saudi Arabia, really, Saudi Arabia it is very nice for control of disease and very restricted quarantine for all cases and the application of technology, application by mobile application, how to detect cases through application of Tawakkalna. When any case do swab, detected through application on mobile, no entry to any institution or any governmental or transportation without application of Tawakkalna. Tawakkalna detected all cases of positive corona, and the swab of corona it is available in any hospital free. The total cases of COVID in Saudi Arabia about um, 3,086 confirmed cases by COVID. Total deaths about 6,000 only. Total vaccine about 300,000 vaccine have been administered. Total population in Saudi Arabia about 3 million. A result of COVID worldwide or pandemic reduce international traveling and tour. All طبعا international traveling reduced and in Saudi Arabia until now closed airport. Next, increase the purchase of food and increase the purchase of personal equipment and personal hygiene. Increase the delivery service during vaccine during the pandemic of COVID. Increase the purchase of medical supplies as thermometer, digital thermometer, gloves, alcohol, and mask. That is cause burden for, especially for low economic country, paying greater attention of personal health and hygiene. It is needed to very needed to extra money and causes burden for areas in Africa or in low economic country. Maintain physical distance and protecting ourselves by wearing a face mask. In Egypt and Saudi Arabia, closes of mosque and church for more than 6 months, and in Egypt until now close mosque and church. Uh, Online source and online courses as meeting and examination. All of Egyptian and Saudi Arabia converted learning to distance learning immediately after COVID, especially in Saudi Arabia. Global strategy objective, limit human-to-human transmission, include reduce secondary infection among close contact and the healthcare worker, identify, isolate, and care for patient care include providing optimized care for infected patient, address crucial unknown regarding clinical severity, extent transmission and infection, treatment option, accelerate development, diagnostic, therapeutic, and vaccine. Next. Communicate critical risk and event information to all community and counter misinformation. Minimize social economic impact through multispectral partnership. Identify and reduce transmission from animal source. Community mitigation planning. non-pharmaceutical intervention, strategy for personal hygiene, school closure, social distance in workplace, postponing or counseling a mass gathering environment measure, routine cleaning for frequent touching service, innovation. What is the nursing innovation during COVID? American Nursing Association is a committee to support nurses as they bring their innovation into reality. Participate in this interaction opportunity to share your voice and to learn how nurses are leading to innovation during the pandemic. Solution, nursing education and training. Nursing education to prepare nurses for similar public health emergency in future. On infection control and intensive care, mostly for postgraduate training for newly graduate nurses. Training must be done. University education in Arab region adjustment, but needed to technology and internet accessibility, adjustment of academic calendar, semester break extend, implementation of online teaching and learning until end of 2021. Use of alternate assessment method, flexibility of implementation, final assessment. Next. Modification of course and teaching evaluation practice, industrial training arrangement, submission of term paper, preparedness survey, assess lecture and student readiness, get overview of internet access and online training, how to enter on Blackboard of university and how to use internet accessibility, decision, full line classes, online examination, support for student and lecture. Challenges, value and belief, internet personal skill, leadership skill, character building. Really, in Saudi Arabia, it is very advanced in using of technology in teaching by Blackboard and continuous teaching for lecture and staff of university and for students how to use Blackboard, how to enter, how to do exam, how to submit assignment on Blackboard. Next. Nurse human factor to combat COVID pandemic, problem oriented, decision making, awareness, accuracy assessment, technology interference, emergency intervention as in ventilator and methodology, human science, leadership, teamwork, design, work environment, patient safety, accident investigation, scenario planning, complex situation mitigation, and the safety assignment training. Next. Guideline to prevent spread of COVID, vaccine for COVID-19 if available, but there is are a way to protect yourself and your family from exposure to virus. Vaccine not prevent but control or minimize symptoms of disease. Stay at home as much as you can, especially COVID-19 is spreading in your community. Keep at least 6 feet distance from other. Avoid contact with people who are sick. Stay home if you are sick. Next. طبعا how to prevent measure are you know about hand wash, proper hand wash and keep distance between other and stay at home if you have any symptoms of disease. Next. In Egypt response, restriction of entry to non-Egyptian traveling. This occurred in Saudi Arabia and close of airport until now. Direct or indirect previous period of 2 weeks coming from China, Iran, South Korea, USA, Japan, Italy, and Singapore until further notice. Coming from this country, quarantine at their home for 14 days for those no clinical signs. And at the designed hospital in each government for those with clinical symptoms, advise citizens to avoid gathering, especially in closed site, and traveling except in emergency situation. Avoid conducting meeting, symposium, on other event except for emergency condition. adopt fast-track mechanism to procure medical supplies, availability of medical supplies, thermal scanner, personal equipment, needle diagnostic, curative commodities, and distribute all to all sites in Egypt. Since a case has been identified in Egypt, special measures are taken. Holy government as follow: inspection of all who were contact with this case, quarantine all those coming from China or Italy, advise citizen not traveling to government except for emergency needed. Next, obstetric and gynecology department go multiple adjustment to confront challenge of COVID. This challenge include limit mobility of patients because of lockdown, limit number of medical and nursing staff, and limit access of theater, imaging service, blood bank, and laboratory service. Guideline from Center of Disease and American College of Obstetrician for pregnant women. Pregnant women should be counseled about potential for severe disease from SARS infection and the recommended measure to take protect themselves and their family from infection. Hospitalization for COVID-19 indicate in pregnant women. Care should be provided in facility that can be conducted in maternal and fetal monitor when appropriate. Management COVID-19 in pregnant patients should include fetal and uterine contraction monitoring when appropriate based gestational age, individualized delivery planning, multi-special team based on approach that may include consultant in maternal and fetal medicine, infectious disease, critical care patient, pediatric specialist. Can life ever return? Yes, life that return. Evolutionary wise, humans are resilient being. This not life end pandemic. With prepared healthcare system, sufficient capacity, the life will return, inshallah. Next, prioritize health above economic concern, producing excellent public communication, influencing early border control, mandating behavior change, strict lockdown, widespread use mask, and divide indoor or confined space. 2022 year, it is year for nursing, year for medical staff, for the first one confront this disease worldwide in Egypt and Saudi Arabia and all Arab region. Thanks for all nursing and medical staff. It is the first one defending for COVID-19. Thank you to our doctor and nurses. Thank you.
Let's give a big virtual applause to the Mrs. Amel Dawat Kamel Gauda,
Thank you.
who's that sharing us the excellent presentation that facing the COVID-19 pandemics is a very challenging for everyone in the worldwide, including both Indonesia and Egypt. All we can do are have to stick together and obey to the guidelines of prevent spread COVID-19, which is vaccine, COVID-19, and many, many more. All right, we are coming to the Q&A session, and we have some question in the room chat. The question coming, the question coming from Dr. Windu Santoso, SKP MCAP, would like to ask you directly, ma'am. To Dr. Windu Santoso, SKP MCAP, the time is yours. Mr. Dr. Windu Santoso, SKP MCAP. want to ask directly to Mrs. Amel Dawat Kamel Gouda.
Yes. Some question about right in
Okay. Assalamualaikum.
alaikum salam.
Okay, Mrs. Amel, I'm from East Java, Indonesia,
Welcome.
from College of Health Science in nursing. And I want to ask you, please, how is the strategy for implementing a character building in student? For example, advisory or nursing, and the implementation of practice during the pandemic period. Please explain to me. Thank you.
In Egypt practice يعني my institute develop another plan strategy plan about practice through every clinical instructor divided to subgroup and explain procedure through the video and Zoom application and do checklist through Blackboard. From this semester, all students come to faculty and do all practice in skill lab. Every day, 10 students only, divided to subgroup, and do all practice in skill lab, not go to hospital. Okay?
All right. That's the answer from Mrs. Amel Dawat Kamel Gouda. Is that clear, Mr. Windu?
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Amel. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And the next question, we have one question from the room chat. The question
Yes.
coming from Muhammad Abdul Tison, the students of Gorontalo State University, Nursing Department. I will read the question, ma'am. Hello, Mrs. Amel. My name is Muhammad Abdul Tison Daud from Gorontalo State University as a nursing student. First of all I want to say thank you very much for the great material that you have been explained. I have a question for you. You said that the pregnant women have a higher risk to get infected by COVID-19. My question is, how do the pregnant women get vaccine when we don't know the effects of the COVID-19 vaccine to pregnant women, while we know the COVID-19 is harmful? What do you think about that?
Vaccine for pregnant is should be not taken vaccine for pregnant or not take vaccine for women planned to pregnant within 6 months. Vaccines is avoidance or should be not taken. No study on vaccine outcome on pregnant women, but all reference say no vaccine for pregnant women, no vaccine for women planned to pregnant within next 6 months.
All right.
Okay. Another question about pregnancy outcome, effect of COVID on pregnancy outcome. Many study done about pregnancy outcome, but no statistical significance. No statistical significance COVID that affect on pregnancy outcome. One study say a study about 19 cases of pregnant suffering from COVID-19, two of them preterm labor only, and one of them death, but no statistical significance that the cause of death from COVID or complication of pregnancy. Scattered study about pregnancy outcome and the COVID-19 till now.
All right. Is that clear you? Is that satisfying you, Muhammad Daud? No vaccine to the pregnant woman until the pregnancy in 6 months, and no data statistic which is showing us the harmful because of vaccine and COVID-19 in pregnant women.
And no for planned women for pregnant.
Yeah.
So, women planned for pregnant within the next 6 months not take vaccine.
Okay. Is that clear to Muhammad Abdul Tison Daud? All right.
Protocol for treatment of COVID-19 Saudi Arabia and Egypt as protocol from WHO. Mild symptoms, the treatment with paracetamol for high temperature, vitamin C and zinc. If high temperature, take ciprofloxacin and cephalosporin group as antibiotic. Protocol as worldwide, protocol from WHO.
Thank you, ma'am, for the explanation. Now we are
Thank you.
going to the next question. The question coming from Mrs. Ika Ulansari from Gorontalo State University Nursing Department. Would you like to ask directly, or would you like me to read the question in the room chats, ma'am? Miss Ika Wulansari, Mrs. Ika Wulansari, would you like?
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity to me.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Suna. Ay. Okay. Thank you for Ms. Amel for the explanation to us. I wanna ask about the effect of pregnancy and fetus with COVID-19 in Egypt. If our in Egypt has a research about that, especially in Egypt case, and after how about the antenatal service in Egypt? There are differences between before COVID and after COVID in Egypt. The antenatal service.
Service differ طبعا after vaccine after
Thank you. Thank you.
COVID-19. Differ health service after spread of COVID-19. Every government have two or more hospital for corona, isolated hospital and quarantine, and need but suffering from a lack of nursing staff and medical staff, and many of medical staff exposed to coronavirus and complicated, and about 250 cases deaths from medical staff during this year. Until now, the facility of caring and hospital in Egypt less number of hospital accommodate too large number of population. People in Egypt about more than 110 million.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
during COVID, many of progress occur, and opening new hospital for quarantine, and they charge new nurses from and working in COVID in intern student to conform to front the defect of nursing staff. Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the explanation. Mrs. Ika, are you clear?
Thank you for your explanation, Miss Amel. But yeah, I just want to ask about the research about pregnancy, the effect COVID-19. If in Egypt has a research about pregnancy, woman and fetus, the effect for that for them. Sorry, is
I
there?
ask you ask about pregnancy and the COVID.
No. If there are research in Egypt about the effect COVID-19 to pregnancy, woman and the fetus.
I explained this question before. The study undergoing, not the study confirmed any pregnancy outcome on COVID related to COVID. Have scattered study about COVID and pregnancy till now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for the explanation. It seems like Mrs. Ika satisfying with your explanation. And now we are going to the next question. If you allow us to ask you more, because until here, we have a total of 3 questions from the participants. And like the regulation before, that presenter or speaker just have the opportunity to answer 2 questions. And it's it's have been you are just answer 3 questions. So in the name of the committee, I will ask you if you allow the participant to ask you more question, ma'am, because there are still 3 questions in the room chat.
One question about transmission and spread of COVID in adolescents. They have habit to gathering and hang out with the peer and other activity. All activity in Egypt and Saudi Arabia closed. All club and recreation closed till now. No activity or recreation during the past year and till now. Especially in Saudi Arabia, restrict quarantine, restrict all creation and the cafe and all of them close. And
The
the school for primary and secondary prep school closed. All study by e-learning in Saudi Arabia.
All right, that's the answer for the question from Mr. Dr. Tri Anjaswarni SKPM CAP. Are you clear with the answer? Are you satisfied? I think from the presentation from the Mrs. Amel Gamel Gauda on the screen, she is already explained the guidelines to prevent spread of COVID-19. One of them is stay at home, keep at least 6 feet distance from others. So no more gathering or hang out with peers on other activities outside the home. Mr. Dr. Tri Anjaswarni.
Activity outside the room, outside the home, it's closed. All activity as recreation club closed. But in emergency situation, need to working outside the home, it is allowed for working and for hospital working or office and employee working by half of capacity for work. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. It seems like Mr. Dr. Tri Anjaswarni not responding yet. But we are very clear with your explanation, ma'am. Okay, because of there is no more question in the room chat, I will give the opportunity to our get our excellent speaker to give us the remarkable concludings. Mrs. Amel Dawud, time is yours.
Other question from chat. Egypt is have hot season. Is virus corona can grow? Virus corona can grow in hot season. Maybe number of cases decrease during hot and summer season than cold season, but present on hot season and grow. Okay.
All right. Apologize, ma'am. Our committee wants you to give us the concluding remarks of your presentation.
Conclusion about coronavirus: keep distance, stay at home if you have any symptoms of disease. Pregnant women not go to antenatal follow up. If had a normal pregnancy, can contact and follow up antenatal by WhatsApp or by telephone calling the doctor. Go to the hospital only when danger signs okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So
Thank
that is
thank
the concludes of our continuous second session today.
thank you for your invitation. Thank you.
Yeah. Distinguished speaker and all of the beloved participants, before the end of this session, I would like to thank to all of our great participant and of course to the great and amazing speaker, Mrs. Amel Dawud Kamel Gouda, for sharing us a lot of great knowledge and information and of course experiences, especially in Egypt. And also special thanks to the committee for their hard work for this today's seminar. See you at the next series of Gorontalo International Nursing Conference. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'll give it back to the Master of Ceremony.
Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Our committee wants us to take a virtual pictures. If you still stay here in the room, please give your thumbs up. And to the all of the participants, give your thumbs up and our committee will take a virtual pictures of this session. All right, I will count in 1 until 3. 1, 2, 3, cheers. Thank you. And to all of the participants, I hope you to still stay in the room because after this, there are announcement for the best speaker and announcement for the best poster. Thank you.
잠깐 누가 시간을 좀 멈춰봐. 뭔가 그게 어긋난 걸 난 느껴. 애써 어색하게 웃어보다 이젠 그런 내가 안쓰러워. 아니야 괜찮다고 말하지만 Don't know what to do without you. 하찮은 이곳에 홀로 남아 그려본 네 기억은 blue. 사람은 변해 왜 나만 이래 오늘처럼 예쁜 날에 어떻게 이렇게 모든 게 벅차기만 해. Don't know what to do. I don't know what to do without you. Yeah. I don't know what to do without you. Yeah. I don't know what to do without you. You know I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. 떠나지 마. Just stay. 지금 이 시간을 멈춘 채 너와 함께라면 난 I could die in this moment. Forever young. 넌 내 마음에 불을 질러줘. 후회 없는 젊음이 타오르게. 지금처럼 너와 함께라면 tonight I could die in this moment. Forever young. Forever young. It's the revolution. Forever young. It's the revolution. Make me bomb bomb. 이 노래를 봐봐. Yeah, we got that bomb bomb. Come again, come again. 숨겨진 시스템하는 소리 어려운 걸 해내줘. 예쁘장한 savage. 위선 예쁘장한 savage. You better run, run, run. You better run, run, run. All my diamonds big, yellow, bright, bright. Get 'em blind, can't find me, I'm out of sight. If you mad, stay mad, we not alike. S-A-V-A-D, keep it pretty, pretty savage. Adios, goodbye, adios, goodbye, adios, goodbye, adios. 순간을 기다리 심장에 쿵쿵 떨림을 더 크게 외쳐세. 준비가 됐어 준비가 됐어. Everything everything you gotta want my everything 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 you gotta want my everything. 잠든 날 깨우는 빛 봉봉 초콜릿 go up to the sky. 봉봉 초콜릿. Let's
Emergency Disaster Nursing, as known as EDN, is a student organization in the nursing department at Gorontalo University, which is engaged field of the emergency and disaster. Our vision: developing nursing students who are reliable, fast, and careful in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters. Our mission: increase the knowledge of nursing students in matters related to handling emergency and disaster problems, developing student skills in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters, pioneering the development of students' knowledge and skills in matters relating to emergency and disaster problems, take an active role in humanitarian activities, especially those related to emergency and disaster management, carry out other activities in accordance with the principles, functions, and rules of the organizations, and are useful for achieving organizational goals. In order to realize its mission to improve the skills and knowledge of nursing students in terms of emergencies and disasters, EDN has carried out a series of educational and training activities for members and prospective members. Next is a series of activities that have been carried out in the EDN organization. Physical training. Physical training is given with the aim of maintaining physical endurance and physical health for the members. Because to become a volunteer of EDN, you must also have a healthy physical condition. Emergency disaster lectures. Course material include general concept of disaster, the role of volunteers in the disaster cycle, emergency disaster concept, first aid in trauma cases, moving and lifting, psychosocial assistance. Combined training with the search and rescue team. The material of training include techniques of using knots, vertical rescue, water rescue, jungle rescue. Basic life support training, which is a primary training as well as a requirement for the new recruits to join and become a member of the EDN organization. As a legitimate student organization in the nursing department of the Gorontalo State University, EDN has also held several group meetings and internal discussions to discuss matters related to administration in order to encourage organizational activities. We, as the selected members of EDN, will continue to strive in developing this organization and work together as a team in carrying out our duties and obligations as administrators of the organization. Emergency Disaster Nursing, as known as EDN, is a student organization in the nursing department at Gorontalo University, which is engaged field of the emergency and disaster. Our vision: developing nursing students who are reliable, fast, and careful in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters. Emergency Disaster Nursing, as known as EDN, is a student organization in the nursing department at Gorontalo University, which is engaged field of the emergency and disaster. Our vision: developing nursing students who are reliable, fast, and careful in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters. Our mission: increase the knowledge of nursing students in matters related to handling emergency and disaster problems, developing student skills in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters, pioneering the development of students' knowledge and skills in matters relating to emergency and disaster problems, take an active role in humanitarian activities, especially those related to emergency and disaster management, carry out other activities in accordance with the principles, functions, and roles of the organizations, and are useful for achieving organizational goals. In order to realize its mission to improve the skills and knowledge of nursing students in terms of emergencies and disasters, EDN has carried out a series of educational and training activities for members and prospective members. Next is a series of activities that have been carried out in the EDN organization. Physical training. Physical training is given with the aim of maintaining physical endurance and physical health for the members. Because to become a volunteer of EDN, you must also have a healthy physical condition. Emergency disaster lectures. Course material include general concept of disaster, the role of volunteers in the disaster cycle, emergency disaster concept, first aid in trauma cases, moving and lifting, psychosocial assistance. Combined training with the search and rescue team. The material of training include techniques of using knots, vertical rescue, water rescue, jungle rescue. Basic life support training, which is a primary training as well as a requirement for the new recruits to join and become a member of the EDN organization. As a legitimate student organization in the nursing department of the Gorontalo State University, EDN has also held several group meetings and internal discussions to discuss matters related to administration in order to encourage organizational activities. We, as the selected members of EDN, will continue to strive in developing this organization and work together as a team in carrying out our duties and obligations as administrators of the organization. Emergency Disaster Nursing, as known as EDN, is a student organization in the nursing department at Gorontalo University, which is engaged field of the emergency and disaster. Our vision: developing nursing students who are reliable, fast, and careful in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters. Our mission: increase the knowledge of nursing students in matters related to handling emergency and disaster problems, developing student skills in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters, pioneering the development of students' knowledge and skills in matters relating to emergency and disaster problems, take an active role in humanitarian activities, especially those related to emergency and disaster management, carry out other activities in accordance with the principles, functions, and roles of the organizations and are useful for achieving organizational goals. In order to realize its mission to improve the skills and knowledge of nursing students in terms of emergencies and disasters, EDN has carried out a series of educational and training activities for members and prospective members. Next is a series of activities that have been carried out in the EDN organization. Physical training. Physical training is given with the aim of maintaining physical endurance and physical health for the members. Because to become a volunteer of EDN, you must also have a healthy physical condition. Emergency disaster lectures. Course material include general concept of disaster, the role of volunteers in the disaster cycle, emergency disaster concept, first aid in trauma cases, moving and lifting, psychosocial assistance. Combined training with the search and rescue team. The material of training include techniques of using knots, vertical rescue, water rescue, jungle rescue. Basic life support training, which is a primary training as well as a requirement for the new recruits to join and become a member of the EDN organization. As a legitimate student organization in the nursing department of the Gorontalo State University, EDN has also held several group meetings and internal discussions to discuss matters related to administration in order to encourage organizational activities. We, as the selected members of EDN, will continue to strive in developing this organization and work together as a team in carrying out our duties and obligations as administrators of the organization. Emergency Disaster Nursing, as known as EDN, is a student organization in the nursing department at Gorontalo University, which is engaged field of the emergency and disaster. Our vision: developing nursing students who are reliable, fast, and careful in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters. Our mission: increase the knowledge of nursing students in matters related to handling emergency and disaster problems, developing student skills in handling problems related to emergencies and disasters, pioneering the development of students' knowledge and skills in matters relating to emergency and disaster problems, take an active role in humanitarian activities, especially those related to emergency and disaster management, carry out other activities in accordance with the principles, functions, and roles of the organizations and are useful for achieving organizational goals. In order to realize its mission to improve the skills and knowledge of nursing students in terms of emergencies and disasters, EDN has carried out a series of educational and training activities for members and prospective members. Next is a series of activities that have been carried out in the EDN organization. Physical training. Physical training is given with the aim of maintaining physical endurance and physical health for the members. Because to become a volunteer of EDN, you must also have a healthy physical condition. Emergency disaster lectures. Course material include general concept of disaster, the role of volunteers in the disaster cycle, emergency disaster concept, first aid in trauma cases, moving and lifting, psychosocial assistance. Combined training with the search and rescue team. The material of training include techniques of using knots, vertical rescue, water rescue, jungle rescue. Basic life support training, which is a primary training as well as a requirement for the new recruits to join and become a member of the EDN organization. As a legitimate student organization in the nursing department of the Gorontalo State University, EDN has also held several group meetings and internal discussions to discuss matters related to administration in order to encourage organizational activities. We, as the selected members of EDN, will continue to strive in developing this organization and work together as a team in carrying out our duties and obligations as administrators of the organization. Emergency Disaster Nursing, as known as EDN, is a student organization in the nursing department. At Gorontalo University,
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue this session, I would like to invite Dr. Windu Santoso, SKP MCAP, to give the impression and message about this second Gorontalo International Nursing Conference. To Mr. Windu, please, time is yours.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. So sorry. I'm Windu from College of Health Science and from Bina Sehat BPNI Mojokerto. Honorable Rector, academic community, and all community and all committee Gorontalo University, and all participants in international conference in Gorontalo University. Thank you for the invitation to the international conference of Gorontalo University. Excellent service from committee during the pre-conference and till in implementation. I'm happy to participate in this activity, and congratulations and good luck to the Civitas Gorontalo University. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Windu. And now, we will announce the best presenter and the best paper. Pardon? We will announce the best presenter and the best poster. And it will be announced by Nurse Nirwanto Pakaya, SKP. Pardon, Nurse Nirwanto Ibrahim, SKP MKP.
Thank you, of Master of Ceremony. So I'm from committee of the second virtual Gorontalo International Nursing Conference, and I would like to inform you that announce for the best speaker and the best poster. So all participants. So I will read the names so you can look that certificate in your screen. Okay. From room 1, best oral presentation is was to Ayu Anggraini Dia Purbasari. You can also access your certificate in this. The certificate will send from our, you can access the certificate from our link that our committee will send to you. So the room 2 is this oral presentation is Caroline Adisti. So from room 3, deliver from best oral presentation is Nur Hikmah Awaludin. So the last from room 4, the best poster presentation goes to Doni Nur Hamsyah. So congratulations to all winner. I'll be back to Master of Ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you to Nurse Nirwanto Karahim. Ladies and gentlemen, next we will follow the closing remark by the head of the Nursing Department, Gorontalo State University, Nurse Junior M. Suli, SCAP, MCAP, SPKJ, are invited.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable the Vice Governor of Gorontalo Province, Dr. Andes Haji Idris Rahim MM, Honorable Director of Universitas Negeri Gorontalo, Dr. Edward Wolok STMT, Honorable the Dean of Sport and Healthy Faculty, Profesor Dr. Herlina Yusuf Dokteranda MKes, Honorable the Chairman of PPNI Provinsi Gorontalo, Rein Riansa Junaid SKP MKes, Honorable all the speakers and keynote speakers, Neil M. Martin RN, MBA PhD from Mindanao State University, Amel Daud Kamel Gouda, MN SC PhD from King Saud bin Abdul Aziz University Riyadh, Mari Kinosita PhD MTH PHN RN Associate Professor GNGL University of Kochi School of Nursing Japan, Dr. Budi Mulyadi SKP MKep Nurse SP Kepkom, Chairman of the Indonesian Emergency and Disaster Nurse Association Indonesia, Profesor Dr. Herlina Yusuf Dokteranda MKes, and Dr. Nasrun Pakaya Eskep Nurse MKep, Universitas Negeri Gorontalo Indonesia, Honorable the Administrative and Academic Officers in Universitas Negeri Gorontalo, Faculty of Sport and Health, Honorable the Organizing Committee of the conference, Honorable the participants. We pledge our pride and gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His blessing so that we can gather in this place in order to close the second virtual Gorontalo International Nursing Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased that we can be together after 2 days of the activities in the conference that have been properly, safely, orderly, conducively, and enthusiastically implemented. Gorontalo International Nursing Conference is among the activities programmed by the Nursing Study Program and was purposely held with the aim to increase knowledge, implore self-development, and encourage quality improvement in the implementation framework of the Dharma Perguruan Tinggi or three mission of universities, which is certainly in line with the vision and mission of Universitas Negeri Gorontalo and the vision of nursing department to be an excellent, virtuous, and competitive study program within the emergency nursing field of Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout 2020 up to this moment, the current global health problem, as we all know, is the emergency of COVID-19, along with multiple natural disasters in various regions. To such matters as one of the intellectual agents, the study program compelled to contribute in the face of the situation and condition. With an international conference that was virtually implemented with the theme of reflection on COVID-19, pandemic, disaster management, and emergency preparedness. We expect that participants will have more insight associated with the development of COVID-19, disaster management, and emergency preparedness after following the activities of the conference, as well as the capability to implement the program of disaster management and emergencies in general and specifically in the case of COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, I would also like to extend my utmost appreciation and gratitude to the speakers and participants of the conference. We wish all the knowledge that has been imparted and gained can be a beneficial asset in improving our professionalism in the field of nursing and health. My utmost gratitude to all the committee and all parties who have supported this event. Thank you for the hard work and sincerity ensuring the success of this event so that it runs well. Lastly, I would like to say every beautiful line, achievement, and precious word, all that is good came from God, and all that is less came from myself. To that I extend my apologies, since perfection only belongs to God. Thank you, and see you in the third Gorontalo International Nursing Seminar. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the closing remark by Nurse Yuni Mansasuli. And now we arrive at the end of the event. Further, we will close with a prayer that will be delivered by Ramdan Hunau.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, let us bow our head for a moment, pray to God Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that our International Nursing Conference can be precious to all of us. I will lead this prayer based on the teaching of Islam. And those who are not Muslim, you are pleased to pray according to each of your belief. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Hamdan sakirin, hamdan na'imin. Hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafi'u mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhikal karimi wa azimi sultanik. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamatan fid din wa afiyatan fil jasad wa ziyadatan fil ilmi wa barakatan fil rizqi wa taubatan qabla al maut wa rahmatan inda al maut wa maghfiratan ba'da al maut. اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وللمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب دعوات يا قاضي الحاجات. Oh Allah, today in this beautiful opportunity, we gather here to bring about an international nursing conference on disaster management and emergency preparedness. Make this international conference as a useful science assembly, as a medium of sharing useful ideas, knowledge, and experiences of scholars, research, and students of various disciplines. May the conference we organize today benefit to our lives, broaden our knowledge, shine our ideas, and lead us to be successful, productive person, which in turn will boost dignity of our nation. Oh Allah, guide and bless our heart and our mind with the light of your guidance. Impart your supreme wisdom, open our activities. Help us to speak our minds clearly. Help us to listen to each other, respect each other, love each other so that we are included to the blessed persons. Oh Allah, protect us from unintended temptation. Show us the right path and give us knowledge and strength to perform good things. Equally, show us and make it clear the bad things and give us knowledge and strength to apply them. Oh Allah, you are the one who can fulfill our dua. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار والحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Ramdan Hunou. Ladies and gentlemen, the recitation of the prayer is the end of the series of the event today. Thank you for the participation, all of audience, participants, and all the speakers. I apologize if there are things that are not pleasing, and allow me to close this event by saying Hamdalah. Alhamdulillah Hirobil Alamin. The whole series of the second virtual Gorontalo International Nursing Conference events are declared closed. See you on the third Gorontalo International Nursing Conference. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we end the live, please turn on your camera. We will take a picture. The committee will take a picture. To, okay. Okay. Give your best smile. Okay. And give your thumbs. Show your thumbs like this. Yeah, yeah. Thumb. Okay. It's already okay. Okay. We will take picture from 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, next.